Hey everyone, we've all been there, right? You've got this brilliant idea for a new project, maybe a new product, something you just know is going to be a game changer. But what's the real difference between the ideas that take off and the ones that just fizzle out? Well, it often comes down to one crucial first step, the feasibility study.
To really get why this is so important, we have to talk about something a little painful, a problem that hits organizations of all sizes, and that's project failure.
I mean, seriously, think about it. We've all seen projects that go way over budget, blow past their deadlines, or just never quite deliver what they promised. What is going on there? What's the real reason?
Well, here's the thing. The problem isn't always bad execution or a lazy team. Nope. More often than not, the failure is actually baked in right from the start. It happens because nobody stopped to ask the really tough foundational questions, and that leads directly to wasted time, wasted money, and a whole lot of frustration.
So, how do we stop this from happening? Simple. We need a formal process to, look before we leap. We need a structured way to put an idea to the test before we start throwing serious resources at it. And that, my friends, is a feasibility study. It's the organization's essential reality check. It's where you take that shiny, exciting idea and you ask it the hard questions to see if it can actually survive in the real world. And it's super important to understand when this happens. You can see here, the feasibility study comes first. It happens before you write a business case to justify the investment and way before you create a project charter to get started. Its one and only job is to produce a simple but incredibly powerful outcome, a go or a no-go decision. It answers the most basic question of all, can we do this? And maybe more importantly, should we do this?
So, how do we actually get to that big go or no-go? Well, the whole process really boils down to asking 5 key questions. Think of them as 5 tests that every single project idea has to pass.
Let's call it a 5-point inspection. I don't care how amazing an idea sounds, it has to go through this inspection before it gets the green light.
Okay, first up, technical feasibility. This is where we get into the nuts and bolts of it all. We're talking technology, skills, and all the underlying infrastructure.
Let's say we want to build a new fitness app. We'd ask things like, do we actually have developers who know how to code for both iOS and Android? Can our current servers even handle all the new users we hope to get? Can it plug into our existing customer database without breaking everything? This is all about the fundamental question, can we physically build this thing?
All right, number 2 on our inspection list. It's time to follow the money. This is economic feasibility. And believe me, this is where the rubber meets the road for the business.
Back to our fitness app. This is where we do a classic cost-benefit analysis. What's it going to cost to develop, to market, the whole shebang? And then, how much money do we honestly think we can make from subscriptions? Is that return on investment, the ROI, something the business is actually going to be happy with?
Okay, number 3. Now this is the one that so many people just completely forget about, and it is often the silent killer of perfectly good projects. We're talking about the human side of things, the day-to-day processes.
So let's say we do it. We build the world's greatest fitness app. It's amazing. But what if our marketing team has no idea how to sell it? What if our customer support reps can't answer basic questions about it? The project will fail. It's that simple. Operational feasibility is all about making sure the entire organization is ready to make it a success.
Moving right along, our 4th check is absolutely critical. This one keeps the project and frankly the entire company out of hot water. This is legal feasibility. It's all about playing by the rules.
With our fitness app, this is a huge deal. Are we compliant with data privacy laws like GDPR? How are we handling sensitive health data? That could fall under a whole other set of regulations. Getting this wrong isn't just a slap on the wrist. It could mean massive fines or even getting the whole project shut down.
And that brings us to the 5th and final check in our 5-point inspection. It's not just about if we can do it, but when we can get it done. This is all about timing.
So for our fitness app, let's say we want to launch it right at the beginning of January to catch that big New Year's resolution wave. That is a hard, non-negotiable deadline. Schedule feasibility asks, can we realistically design, build, test, and launch this thing by then? Because if that timeline is a fantasy, the project isn't feasible no matter how great the idea is.
So we've run our big idea through this whole 5-point inspection. Now what happens? Well, all this analysis isn't just for fun. It all flows directly into a final critical outcome.
You can see it's a pretty clear flow. You start with a concept,
You analyze it against those 5 key areas we just talked about, and then you pull all your findings and, importantly, all the risks together. All that gets bundled up into a clear recommendation for the leadership team, which leads to a smart, data-driven go or no-go decision.
Now, I have to give you a quick word of warning here. This whole process is only as good as the honesty you put into it. You have to watch out for these common traps, relying on wild, overly optimistic assumptions, completely ignoring the operational reality of how things work, and of course, underestimating costs while overestimating benefits. But the biggest one? A biased analysis that's just designed to justify some executive's pet project. You have to remember, the goal here isn't to get to yes, it's to get to the truth.
So as we start to wrap this up, I want to leave you with one final thought about what this whole process is really about. Please, remember this. A feasibility study is not just some administrative formality you have to check off a list. It is a strategic safeguard. It's what protects your organization's most precious resources, your time, your money, and your people's focus. It makes sure you're only betting on projects that are truly worth the effort.
So the next time you hear a fantastic idea, don't just ask, can we build it? Ask all 5 questions. Is it technically possible? Is it economically sound? Are we operationally ready? Is it legally compliant? And can we actually do it on time? Put your ideas to the test. So I'll leave you with this. What's the next big idea you'll put through this 5-point inspection? Thanks for tuning in.